Greetings. You're here live again, yet another time, as we look into the reason why our thoughts is what create our reality, and why imagination is God in man. So we're gonna look at imagination creates reality another time. Okay, I'm waiting for others to join the chat, and let me welcome each and everyone that has joined us this evening in this live Bible study, where we're going to study how imagination creates reality to help to build your faith, to believe in yourself, because you have to know why you need to trust the creative power in you to achieve your every desire. And as you know, we are studying from this Bible, which is the 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible. Therefore, I'm teaching you how to discover your magical self. I'm teaching you that the Bible is all about discovering your magical self. And when you discover your magical self, you are to use that magical power to achieve your every desire. So I'm not going to take you any longer. I'm going to go straight into the scripture in St. John 1. But I just want to greet all those who have already joined the chat. Rasha Jean, nice having you, my brother. The chapter is St. John chapter 1. We're going back into St. John chapter 1 because St. John chapter 1 is a foundational scripture that you must understand to be able to use your imagination to create your reality consciously. Because as long as you understand St. John chapter 1, you'll be also able to understand Genesis 1 also. So whenever you understand the creation story, you'll be able to understand your creative power. You'll be able to understand your spiritual self. So this has to be the foundation. So as long as you understand that everything is first mental, everything is first psychological, and the Bible is your spiritual autobiography that must be interpreted psychologically, then you will understand that the creation story is dealing with the elements, starting with spirit, earth, wind, water, fire, and so on. Okay? And so you will understand throughout the entire Bible, it is teaching you about the power of your mind and how you have to bring the elements together, knowing that your spirit having a human experience. So you will be able to create, and you'll be able to create consciously. Okay, so we are reading from St. John. Okay, and so I'm just going to kind of recap fast, in a fast way, because we would have gone through verses 1 to 3. So I'm just going to read back that for you because I want to make sure you get that straight. Where it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And I would have said before that a word is a thought expressed, and a thought is first invisible. It is a vibrational frequency. So it is teaching you from the invisible, the visible being expressed. So the visible is an expression of the invisible. Just as I would have said that a word is a thought expressed. Your body is the expression of the invisible soul. And the invisible soul is the invisible body, that part of you that you cannot see. Taste, touch, or smell that you cannot contact through the five senses. It's in the spirit realm. That is why you're told that they that worship God, they must worship God in spirit and in truth. So in order for you to know God, you have to know that you're a spirit having a human experience, and you have to be connected with the spirit world. And to be connected with the spirit world, you have to look within, because everything is within. Okay? So here, as I said before, in verse 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So God is the all, and you are the all. For I say, in that day, which is the day of you recognizing or coming to self-realization, you will realize that I in you and you in me. You'll understand oneness. You'll understand also the law of consciousness, because the law of consciousness will bring you in unity towards your duality, that you're both God and man. You are spirit having a human experience. It says the same in verses 2, the same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Now, if you can understand verses 1 to verses 3, you will realize that it's teaching you of a power. And it is teaching you that without this power, there isn't anything made that was made. And that all things were made by this power. Now, this power is being described as if it is speaking about a person, but it's a personification of a power in you that you will come to realize. So because you are the individual that would experience this power, it has been personified. So most people, when they read the Bible, they think that they're speaking of persons that existed thousands of years ago. Or when they say him here in verse 3, most religious people believe that it is speaking about a man who existed 2,000 years ago. But if it was a man who existed 2,000 years ago, how can it say that all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made? Before 2,000 years ago, there's so much other things that have already been made. It means that this power been existing before time. So my brother and my sisters, time is not real, because eternity was before time. Time is just a measurement that we use in order to understand this human experience. Now, everything that you see around you, it's imaginary. It's an imaginary world. And it's teaching you that without imagination, there wouldn't be anything that has been made, or anything that ever would be made. It cannot be done without imagination. So imagination was the very first existence. Imagination is what we refer to as God. But the system wanted us to believe that when you speak of God, that you're speaking of a man that lives in the sky. But it is not a man that lives in the sky. It is a power that is in you, and that power is actually you. That's the real you. That's the divine you. That's your true essence. And when you have the understanding that your true essence is invisible, then you will understand that you have a superpower. Then you will also understand why they have superheroes and why those who want to keep you in a perpetual state of mental slavery, they give you this kind of power being personified in movies. So when you look at Superman, you look at Batman, you look at Iron Man, you look at the Invisible Man, when you look at all of these Marvel characters, they are all depicting the power in you that you are to discover. So instead of you looking for a hero outside of yourself, you have to find that hero within you. And that hero that is within you is what creates all things. So even the camera that I'm looking through right now, it is that power that creates that camera. And you have that power. Which means every one of us was given equal